I can go get some drawings done, get a building permit, hire a contractor, and add a couple units. I convert it, take out my equity, rent it out, and move on to the next one, right? Sounds pretty easy. This is all missing middle stuff we've been talking about in the show for years. It sounds good, but I want to go back to the main road thing. Why does it have to be on a main road specifically, Dan?
I mean, it doesn't per se. Like, the city of Toronto, Calgary as well, just upzoned. Edmonton, same thing, like just upzoned to like 4 units. But what you're
Mm.
starting to see, and I would I would always use Toronto kind of as is it called a bellwether, a leading indicator to to look at some of the other cities and what their planning policies could end up doing. And so what Toronto did after they did fourplexes was they did this thing called major streets. Okay. And major streets is exactly what it sounds like. They changed something about the major streets. So major streets are the roads that you would drive to get to places, unless you're one of those like weirdos who jogs through neighborhoods to get everywhere.
Hey, don't say that. I kind of like doing that sometimes,
Yeah,
right?
you are that
Taking
guy.
the
Yeah.
scenic route.
I take
Yeah,
back the weirdos part. But, I do that on country roads, but like not not through a neighborhood.
yeah, fair enough.
You do it because you got your subwoofers going in your Honda Civic, like just like waking up everyone right on your commute to work,
Disturbing the peace.
The main road thing from my perspective is I like main roads because you're basically just not competing with the marginal buyer. If you want to
Yeah.
succeed as a business person, you have to have a competitive advantage, right? And the Bank of Canada says 50% of buyers are first-time home buyers, and first-time home buyers are also the most competitive buyers. So don't compete with them.
And
First-time home buyers.
first time
Yeah,
home
go ahead.
buyers are competitive. I just want to provide some context on that because you're probably thinking, why, if you're listening, why would a first time home buyer be so competitive? Well, it's simply that because this is their first time in there. There's a lot of emotion involved in that
Yeah.
transaction, right, Dan? So you're not just looking at the dollars and cents like a good investor should. You're letting emotion play, which is again why you want to avoid that competition because it gets irrational.
Yeah. And yeah, your first time buyer, your marginal buyer, end user buyer, they often are less likely to want to live on main roads. So buy on main roads and you're less likely to compete with them to build your multiplex or missing middle supply.